Hey guys, so I've been playing Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment for a little bit, so I wanted to give some of my thoughts on the game so far. So this game wasn't at the top of my list as one of my most wanted Switch 2 games. I knew it was going to be a game that I liked, I knew I was going to have some enjoyment out of this, but I didn't think it was going to be as good as it actually is, because I am having quite a lot of fun with this. And it's basically everything that I wanted it to be. I think it's definitely a step up from Age of Calamity so far. Now, don't get me wrong, I thought Age of Calamity was good, but it did have a decent amount of performance issues on the Switch 1, and it also had some issues with the story, in my opinion, with the game not being canon. So far, from what I've heard, Age of Imprisonment is canon. Don't spoil me in the comments if it's not canon for some reason, but even if it isn't, I'm still enjoying this quite a lot. Like, visually, it looks great. I feel like it's definitely, like, the best we've seen Hyrule. I mean, I guess this is the Hyrule of the past, but it's kind of the best we've seen it, since it looks really good. It looks really crisp and sharp on the Switch 2. The colors look really nice. Everything pops really well. And it just runs really well, too. The frame rate is a smooth 60 FPS, which feels really nice. I've kind of noticed it while I was playing. I'm not, like, the best judge of frame rates, but I can definitely tell that this is 60 FPS. Maybe there's a bit of frame drops here and there when there's a ton of stuff happening on screen, but I haven't noticed anything yet. For me, it just seems like it's mostly running at a stable 60, which is definitely a step up from Age of Calamity, barely running at 30 FPS on the Switch 1. Man, that game struggled quite a lot. Just looking back, that game really chugged sometimes. So, I definitely think it's refreshing having a game that's very action-based, like a Warriors game, have very smooth gameplay on a Nintendo console. It's just pretty nice, because it seemed like Warriors games struggled quite a lot on the Switch 1. It seems like on the Switch 2, Warriors games are definitely a much better fit when it comes to performance. So, between performance and visuals, everything is great. Gameplay is also really good as well. It definitely seems like a step up from the other Hyrule Warriors games so far. I really like how combos are emphasized quite a lot, and it teaches them to you very well in the tutorial. And then there's also a new move called Sync Strikes that involve two characters that perform a special move together, and I think that's pretty interesting. Like, there's different combos that you can do with different characters, and I really like that. It's definitely very satisfying to pull off, and all the new special attacks are also very satisfying as well. And you could even use the Zonai tech in battles as well, which is just really fun. You first, like, get them in the depths, but then, like, they're kind of scattered throughout the game, and they're just really fun. You kind of, like, basically map it to a certain button, and you can kind of, like, go through, like, tons of enemies with either, like, a flamethrower, or, like, the one that shoots out ice, or even, like, a bomb or a rocket. There's, like, so many different little pieces that you can use, and it's really fun. It even has the battery from Tears of the Kingdom, so you kind of have to collect batteries to kind of refill the battery there, so it's definitely a pretty fun gameplay loop. And the characters are also implemented pretty well. Like, Zelda is pretty fun to play as, then Rauru, of course, is really good. But my personal favorite character to play as so far has to be Minoru. Minoru's moveset is incredible. She basically makes use of a bunch of Zonai tech that she put together. It almost feels like how some people who've spent tons of hours, like hundreds of hours in Tears of the Kingdom, like, defeat enemies or take down enemies. It kind of reminds me of those clips I see online of people defeating enemies in unconventional ways. It almost seems like they took that and kind of made that into a moveset. It's just amazing, and I really like using Minoru whenever she's available to play as. Definitely a very creative and interesting way of handling a character, and that is one of the ways this game definitely surprised me, just with how well these movesets were implemented, Minoru's especially, is just really fun in my opinion. Then there's also the Knight Construct, which is kind of the stand-in for Link, since Link obviously can't be in this story, so the Knight Construct is pretty fun to play as well, since it kind of controls like Link from Age of Calamity, so I definitely appreciate that as well. And then there's also Kalamo, the Korok. I haven't been able to play as them too much, but pretty fun character. Just overall, I definitely think there's a good selection of characters here, and I've only played as a few of them so far. This game, just overall, is definitely surprising me. It's really fun, and a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought it was going to be good, but this is definitely, I would say, a lot better than Age of Calamity, and definitely a highlight for the first year of the Switch 2, I would say, so far. But let me know what you think of Age of Imprisonment down in the comments. And anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. And make sure to check out my Discord server and Blue Sky if you want to. Stay perky!